welcome to Raw and Rooted Podcast. I'm May, and today I'm here with Nadine. Nadine is a diving instructor and the owner of her own diving school, Black and White Diving.
Hi everyone, I'm Nadine.
Alright.
Yes, I started my business this year and I know May for a little while now. So yeah.
Yes. So Nadine, I had the idea of speaking to you about women in diving because what I understand is that it's quite a niche. So tell us a little bit about that.
So I think when I started diving there were women in diving, but certainly there was not the same percentage. But also I don't think so many brands were representing them, and the media, it was quite limited to like books. In the books they would always be portrayed wearing less clothes than men and not wearing as much equipment as some men, and so you could see that the representation was not equal. Then throughout the years, of course, social media has taken over a lot of the marketing also, and it's completely shifted. The more representation there is, the more women will get into the sport, and the more they will think, yes, I could be that person, I see myself, this person looks like me. So now brands and also the agencies are pushing more, and certainly we see increasing numbers both in the recreational limits and also deeper stuff. We see more women, and it's great, and they're great team members, and they're great the mindset they have when they go diving. So we're seeing it shifting, but still there's a lot of work to be done, for sure.
So you would say like women were kind of sexualized even in the diving industry? Like you would like, I mean, we see this everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Advertising, anything, and then you come to sort of like a man's ground, and then it might even be worse.
Exactly. Even today, when we go to the trade shows and we see some big posters, there's always at least two posters with a girl in a bikini and like a set of regulators, and like, no, because there's no man doing that. Why should a woman be portrayed like that?
So dudes are usually in the wetsuit, right?
Yeah, they're
women
more
are like in
covered.
the bikini because
Yes.
we love to dive in bikinis.
Yes,
Only.
it
Like,
makes all sense. Of course, it's like not cold, not thermically. No, it's So yeah, for sure, it's unequal. Even to this day, even some brands, some dry suits that they try to sell the dry suit, but the dry suit for some people that may not know, it's just like a sealed kind of suit, and it keeps you dry inside. And there's women like half wearing it in bikinis. That's not how you wear a dry suit.
it's kind of like the surf vibe, but to diving, which
Exactly. So yeah, very outdated for sure. Yeah.
Okay. And how is it sort of like when it comes to, now we said like women are being sexualized on like advertising, but how is it when you work in the industry? Is it like sort of sexist, or is it?
Yeah, 100%. I've had that experience that, and a lot of maybe female instructors or professionals, they will be able to share these experiences, unfortunately, and even people who are not usually in the business, they're diving for fun, and they also experience that in the team members, that they will be thought of as maybe less capable. Then of course it's not the case. Then also you cannot carry that, it's too heavy, or maybe let's let a real man do that, and to the point that so many times also I've been confused with the buddy, not the instructor. And I'm like, no, I'm your instructor for today, so like let's begin this.
I'm the one.
I'm leading the class, hopefully. So yeah, and so that also takes over onto the water portion when there is a bit of a lack of trust, second guessing, or fact checking, which I'm always into, because I will never be like I'm always right. What I say is, my right or the highway. Like, no, this is not like that. You can question me, but you're not doing that to my male coworkers, so why? Also the way I come off, feminine or masculine, total shift when I dress a little bit more girly, or when I dress a little bit more like tomboy. Yeah.
Wow, it's so sad that we have to do that, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like we do it to protect ourselves. Like if I look feminine, I'm being sort of sexualized, and I'm being sort of taken advantage of and put in a category like, oh, she's a girl, like she's soft, she's not strong, she can't handle it. And when I'm dressing sort of tomboyish, like you say, like I'm one of the guys. And it's so random because I remember from my teenage years, I had this like episode where I was dressing like really tomboyish, like in this like hip hop pants from the 90s, you know, like really baggy and everything super baggy, like skater style. And like I was hanging with the dudes, that the dudes would like regard me as a dude. And it's like they talk about other women and I'm with them and I'm like, but I'm a woman, I'm just dressed like this. So like what's this big difference, right?
Yeah, why does it make you less of a woman? Like, I don't understand. But it's exactly like that. I find that is, I want to also be in some spaces where there are not so many women. Like, sometimes I just want to, even myself, like, let go of that feminine side to be taken more seriously at times, which is also, I've catch myself doing that for so many years, and then I'm trying to still find the way I am, truly, and live up to it, because maybe I'm too much, maybe I'm too feminine, or my nails, or, you know, and this is me, and it doesn't take away from my professionality or my like being serious. And if I'm smiling, or if a man smiles less, and it's insane.
It's really insane. I literally just read something on Female Invest, and it was that startup founders that get most funding are white males, and women get like super little. However, women have 100% more return on the investment, and I'm like, how can the world still be like that? It's literally insane.
The math is mathing. Like, what is going on? Numbers are speaking. This is no. Yeah, that's
Incredible,
crazy.
yeah. And you're also a founder. You're the founder of your own diving school.
Yes, and I'm so happy in this. I will have to say that I found a lot of support from the industry this year. That they were really like happy to have me on board, happy to support me however they could, and I'm really happy because it seems like there's also I have to say there's a generational shift, and the industry is shifting, and they want to get more women into it, and so of course why not? But it's not just being a woman, it's not just like being a token. Actually, it's double harder to get into some spots in the industry because you have to prove yourself twice and fight harder. And but it's shifting slowly, and the more of us that there is represented, the more women will get into it. And a lot of my male coworkers or male teammates or just male divers per se, they really, really, really support me, and they really respect also what I do.
Yeah, that's amazing.
There's also this small percentage, but I have to say,
You always find out.
ugly and beautiful. It's always like that, yeah.
So what was the journey from you to being a diving instructor to being the owner of the dive school?
I have to say, never thought I would end up here. Like, never. I don't even know. No, I'm really happy. This is how it went, and I'm here today. I studied politics, and I really wanted to just like help change a little bit if I could, help people somehow. Then I realized it was obviously way harder. I realized it a lot, but also changes in politics takes a long time. And in diving, you could spend a little bit, like an hour, 2 hours with someone, and they would feel more confident in themselves. They would feel just more brave to do more stuff, try new things, try new hobbies, or just understand the connection of the sea, the ocean, the environment, our world, and so it's giving you a different perspective. So I got into instructing because my instructor inspired me because I was really bad. And he was so patient. Bless him. He was so good. I was like, I'm not giving up on you. And I was like, okay.
Shout out to Nadine's first instructor.
100%. Thank you so much. No, he was great. And then thanks to that, actually his name is Italo.
Italo!
Italo.
I love it.
Yes.
Like Italo disco.
Yeah. And he was great. So yeah, so it inspired me to do the same for other people if I could. Then years passed by, and of course I do feel like I had a lot of support, but also a lot of obstacles trying to prove that not only I can be a diving instructor, but also a technical diving instructor, which is it's just a bit deeper that you go on. You have a little bit more equipment and a bit more logistics, but at the end of the day, same. Mindset is the most important thing. So I struggled a little bit, and then this year I thought I need the freedom to pursue what I want to do, the way I want to do it, and the vision I want to have and materialize it. So this is it. I didn't expect anything, but I'm so happy.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I know, it's such a journey. In a way, now that we started the conversation basically with gender stereotypes, and then you said you studied politics, and in a way now you're doing gender politics, but on a micro level, which is fantastic, right?
I love
Like you're
that.
really changing the scope of female divers and like what's possible for women in diving, which is like such an unaccessible sport in a way for
Yes.
women. Maybe still, maybe less, but
It
yeah.
is.
And also that what I can totally relate to is that like fulfillment from making someone acknowledge what they can do. Like to see that someone even in a short time grows so much and they're like so proud of themselves, you know, like I see it in yoga, I see it in my coaching.
Exactly.
People are like, wow, yeah, like I could do that. Like, wow, I'm proud of myself.
Yeah.
And it's so cool, right?
It's so nice to be able to help out a little bit as much as you can and have them believe like, oh yes, I can do it. Like it's amazing. It's really fulfilling and also it's such a beautiful connection. At the end of the day, like diving, politics, the same thing. Yoga is mindfulness. It's all people. It's all connection.
Yeah.
It's life. So yeah.
There's something called the human diver, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
I guess that's where everything comes together.
Yes. So I think a lot of people they think diving is requiring you to wear heavy equipment. Yeah, surely. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's a breeze and it's light, but let's be honest.
I carry the equipment. It's heavy as fuck.
It is heavy. But hey, it's a workout. It's good.
It's like going to the gym and then also diving.
It is. Two in one. But in the end of the day, it's like anything. Like I don't know, people that do sports or like I wouldn't say Olympics, but like Olympics, any kind of sport or anything you do, everything is the mind. If you think you can do it, you can do it. And if you think no, I'm not able to do it, oh, I'm scared, and you have that bias also imposed by society. You want to be able to, but then also diving. Some people think maybe it's dangerous, and I think you just have to put a protocol of steps to guard yourself and keep yourself safe. It's like in a car, okay, mirror belts, I don't know. So there's always an order, and there's always like checklists, and you cannot be overconfident. And so that's when the human diver comes into place. A lot of people are not aware, but you can just train your mind to be a very nice individual, safe in the water, but also a very good team member. And there are skills that you can put also in your job, not even just diving. It's just a great community of divers, the human diver, and they have courses and yes. And I am not sponsored to say this.
She's not sponsored to say
Nice.
anything. Yeah, that's fantastic. Like, I mean, like you said, everything is mindset really. And I did some diving, I have to say. I did the discovery, like the very junior position of diver. And I really enjoyed it. However, obviously, I had also this little bit of like, not anxiety, but let's say respect. Because I understand the water. I've been a swimmer. I've been around the water for a long time. I had some experiences with waves that were very scary and breathing underwater. It just feels wrong. It just feels wrong.
And natural.
Breathe underwater, you know. However, of course, the problem is that my ears can't take it, and I still haven't found a way around it. So at like 5 meters, it stops for me, and I'm just like, hey, so I can't really enjoy it. However, I see the mindset aspect even from that short experience, because I like to calm myself down sometimes. Like I was focusing on breathing, and you know, I was focusing on like, yeah, I'm underwater, but all of this is safe, it's regulated, you know, like
Yeah.
I can do this. And like I enjoyed it. It's just unfortunate that my ears hurt me.
Yeah. No, it's in that regard, like of course the body like has some power and you cannot do anything about the ears. But it's amazing also because yoga and like diving, I think they're quite connected in a sense of like you really focus on the breathing. And then it's like you're in a moment. There's nothing around you, but you're in a moment. And anything like your phone, your emails, all of your like days go away. And I think nowadays sometimes we're on the go, we don't appreciate like the moment we're in. Like okay, this chair is like this, and then the waves are crashing in the background. And so with diving, you have to be still, be there. So it's a beautiful sport, relaxing also once you get the hang of it. But really like mindful. It's
It's so
mindfulness.
true. I remember what I was really enjoying was the quiet, peace and quiet. Like you hear this, like you have these noises, like a bit of like the bubbles from the breathing, but you hear your own breath so much that it's like a meditation. I felt like it was like a moving meditation.
And the meditation, I love that. It is like that.
It's like a moving meditation because you're very present. You're present because first of all you hear your breath, you focus on your breath.
Yeah.
But also because you're in nature, you're in the water, and water is so soothing, you know, it's so cleansing. You're just there, like floating, and wow, it's really like, for me, it was like a meditation. I came out, I felt like, you know, like I'm reborn.
I love that. No, it's like that, and you get to also experience the world in such a different way, and there's no traffic, there's no honking, there's just like maybe what possibly would be a hike or go to the forest or just it's making you, pushing you to be there. So it's a gift, yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Like the connection with nature in that way, especially with the sea. I feel the sea holds like a special power in some way.
100%.
It's just so relaxing, it's so cleansing. Like you sit at the ocean, like at the ocean side, and you're just like, it relaxes you instantly. And then being in the water, wow,
Exactly.
it's so relaxing.
You're weightless, just floating around, the water is flowing, it's beautiful. Yeah. But then also, like, I dive so often, but dives, yeah, they're really nice, but it's always the company. You can go to the same place all the time and I'd be happy, but the company makes it so special too, because it's like, okay, you move in meditation, and now you also do that, like, with people. How nice is that?
It creates a certain bond, I guess.
Yeah.
Like a connection with somebody.
Yeah.
Because you also have to use the sign language. It's kind of like, it's cute in a way, and it's this non-verbal, I think that we lose sometimes in daily life, that non-verbal connectedness of humans, that we can actually communicate without words, and just body language and maybe a few signs, but mostly body language. Like, I'm sure that because you are so trained and so skilled and you have so much experience, you can see when someone is nervous, even underwater. You can see when someone is shifting, like their energy shifts, right?
Even like just the eyes, like eye contact is amazing. Like he will tell you panicked, or he will tell you like I'm so happy. You know, it's amazing, and it's so true. I think sometimes we're just like so busy, just like talking quickly, or the messages, or the emails, or phone calls, or just something quick and easy. But then underwater, you can really like settle and be present, and also just gauge and support people. Just even a smile underwater would literally like do a miracle. It's crazy.
I'm curious, did this experience, like now that we were talking about this like different way of connecting and relating, did that change something in your daily life? Or like in other aspects?
It made me be more present. I think always when I was back in university or after finding jobs, politics, I was always on the go. Like, okay, how can I maximize my time? How can I do this? How can I do that in my to-do list? Now I try to, when I go for a walk, appreciate nature, appreciate the sea next to us, the sky, the clouds, or just even force myself to be still for a moment in the day. And if I don't go diving, then I really have to make time in my day, or like, no, sit down right now and like take a moment to meditate. Yeah, I was never aware of that actually.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Yeah.
And in relation to people, like how you relate, does that change something?
I don't think people realize. I think I can come off as a very extroverted person, very social. I was never like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Like,
Maybe more.
It like sounds maybe off to say this right now where I'm sitting, but like I am very introverted and very, sometimes I get a bit of social anxiety. If I go to an event, before I leave home I'm like, having to like, oh my god, like listen to music and like have myself and be like, okay, good. So then being able to, sometimes even people, they dive with me, they don't know so much English or any other languages, maybe we cannot communicate on that level. Then obviously we put safety measures in place so we're all like together, like safely in the water. But then on the water we can communicate and the actual behavior comes out and they really are like so excited, or they can just revert to being themselves. There will be people unfortunately judging you sometimes in the water, but if you're diving with me, like it'll be just like you can be yourself, you can experience the underwater world together. And that's when I found that I I was becoming a bit more extroverted and coming out of my shell, quite literally. So yeah, so it's changed it.
I remember like people always thought I'm like super extroverted.
And you're not
I'm
very
really
extroverted.
not. Like I'm such an introvert. And I remember when I was doing the yoga teacher training, I had to teach one class at the end of the course to like an exam class. My God, I was so nervous to be in front of people that I got this like squeaky noise, you know, like. I was so stressed. I was so stressed. As a kid, I did like drama on stage a few times, and I was actually good at acting. But once I had to be on the stage in front of people, oh my God, many times I totally lost it. Or like piano recitals, like I could play the piece without notes.
Yeah.
Once I'm on the stage, you know, I get so nervous. So I can totally relate. Of course, like teaching yoga has also made me more confident in that aspect. Like I'm totally happy to speak with random strangers. I'm happy to speak in front of people. I'm happy to lead a class. I'm happy to lead the podcast. You know, like it taught me so much. It really did teach me so much.
That's beautiful. I think diving is like also making you more confident. The more you do it, the more you believe you can do it. Probably yoga is the same. That the more you do it, and the more training you do, the more you learn about yourself, and the more you like give yourself like a little push, like you can do it.
Yeah, because there are things I guess in diving as much as in yoga that are scary.
Yeah.
You know, like for example handstand in yoga. Like in the beginning you're like, wow, like how do people even do that? You're so afraid of falling.
I wouldn't trust you. Like, oh.
Exactly, but in diving there must be some of these things as well. And then
Yeah.
you see that it's a progression and it's a process. And you learn to appreciate the process. And I think that is something I really learned with yoga, to appreciate the process.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely. Sometimes people get lost in the process and they think they have to get to an angle. Like, imagine someone being like, okay, I need to become a yoga instructor, I need to become a diving instructor, and I need to do it certain amount of time frame or do it this way, or when I do it, I will be happy. And when I get that goal, that's it, I'm happy. No, like that's the end. That's also the beginning of another like process of being able to teach people, which is beautiful. But certainly the process of becoming, it's gorgeous, and it's you don't get to do it twice.
Yeah.
So you have to be in the moment and enjoy it.
It's true. I love that you said that you can't do it twice. That, like wow, like this just hit me. You know, sometimes something that sounds so basic is really deep, right? Like you can't do anything, any moment in your life. You can't do it twice.
Yep.
That is so right. That is so true, and that is so like eye-opening as well. When you think about it, like how often we are rushing, how often we are like kind of like hurrying into the future. I need to get this done. I need to get this done. But each moment that passes of every day, even just like a boring day, it's only that moment in time that exists.
Exactly.
For one time.
Exactly. Like for me this year, I think like then again I went into it like not knowing what was gonna happen, if it was gonna go well or I was gonna go broke. But the nice thing is that like some things are falling into place, a lot of things, and I'm super grateful. But also sometimes I go in my apartment, I'm like, I need to do this, I need to do that, and then I'm like, okay, chill, because right now, next year will arrive, next one will arrive, but this process of like starting like black and white, maybe I start a lot of companies, hopefully this is like the like big venture and this is good and okay, this is the only one, we'll see, never say never. But I will never be able to restart black and white diving and do it the way I do it and be in this beginning, so it's super special. I will never be able to relearn to dive, unfortunately, which was beautiful, and yoga and get into that perspective, so it's
so
magic.
So true. Now, of course, you mentioned the name, black and white eyes. And your hair, half blonde, half dark?
Yes.
Yes! Why?
So, I think a lot of people believe it's really deep. It's not that deep, unfortunately. Yin and yang. Like, chaos, peace. Dual personality. fall, and you gotta maintain that hair. It's hard, huh? Curly hair people, you know that. But eventually, I bleached like maybe two sides, and I thought, oh, that looks so cute. There's like these two blonde like this hair. Then I did undercut, and I did nude, I did pink, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna shave it, and I was like, okay, no, I like to run my fingers through, maybe half. It's a good compromise. Then if it goes wrong, it's just half my head. That's fine.
I love that.
I literally thought that. Can you shave off half my head? It's fine.
Like, if it goes wrong, I lose half my head of hair, but I
Yeah.
still have the other
It's-
head of hair.
yeah, 50-50, you know? Like, so it went really well. I really liked it. And then I kept changing the like side and like position, and I'd be blonder or more brunette, and now it's half. Roots growing, have to fix it, but yeah. So it's
cool.
become sort of like my identity in a way.
Nice.
Yeah.
I also like when we look at it, from this perspective, it's like it almost sounds like you're this kind of glasses half full person. Like even if I lose half my head, I still have the other.
It's okay. I can wear half a wig anyways. Who cares? I mean, it's the push for like shaving my head finally.
Exactly.
Probably. No, it's. I think it's part of my identity now because diving, I am not really able to, dress however I have my work clothes. Let's say my dry suit or a wetsuit or some equipment I wear, and I love it. And you can customize it, put like color bungees and stuff like that. But this is something that's always with me, and then also my nails, and then it's a way of feeling like me, but also being a diving instructor, being me in a different way. Yeah.
I like that because in a way, like you still want to show your personality, right?
Yeah.
Especially in an industry, let's say that is a little bit standardized, because I mean everything is standardized. Like you have specific suits, you have specific regulations. Like if you work for a diving school, everybody has the same outfit, even when they're not in the wetsuit, right? So like what can make you stand out?
Yeah, exactly. What is you? And that people see and they're like, oh, yeah, that's you. Yeah,
I like that.
Thank you.
Another thing that came to my mind is also because I noticed that when teaching yoga, I started yoga as a passion, right? And I always said like I don't want to make it a job because I don't want to feel like it's a job and it becomes almost like a burden. Do you feel something related to that, or like how do you manage that?
I've had that. Rather than burden, maybe like burnout, right? And that it was a dangerous path, maybe like a double-edged sword. That of course I'm really thankful to do what I do as a job. Like so many people are that privileged to do what they like as a job, and it's great and the connections and everything. But at some point, I kind of put myself against the wall and forced myself to do it as a job. I didn't put maybe enough boundaries. Boundaries are important. That's probably the issue. Yes.
Yeah, boundary setting is super important, like with anything anyway. But I remember even for myself, like when I started out as a yoga teacher, I was having like 2 or 3 classes per week. Then it went up to 5, then it went up to 8.
Oh my god.
And I still had like a normal, like an office job as well. So eventually it just became super exhausting. It was just at the beginning, so I still enjoyed it. But at some point I was really just getting tired. And then I got sort of a back injury, and then it just started to almost become painful as well to teach. And eventually it felt like a job, And then I said, I really have to step back a little bit. And
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. This is something I'm then again privileged to do what I do, but diving is also a job, and it's also a hard job.
It's a hard job.
Yeah, and like job, it also takes a physical toll in your body, and there's days that you're sick and you're blocked off in your ears or your sinuses, and you still have clients waiting for you, and then maybe you didn't fully equalize, and you have to just, unfortunately, it's a job, and the clients are there for one day, and you can only make them happy sometimes one day. So you want to make them happy, you want to make them feel special and enjoy their holiday, of course, and remember that time. Then sometimes what goes inside of you has to take a step back, and yeah, it's a job. So for me, I stopped actually really enjoying diving last year, and I just kept reminding myself, trying to rewire my brain. No, but I love diving. It's okay. It's okay. Let's go have a good day. But then, and in the moment, I would enjoy my interactions with the people and that anecdote moment with them, but out of the rest I was dreading so much and dreading going in, going out of work, and it was not fair on anyone. I want to say I didn't back anyone, and I didn't, splash anyone with like that kind of like mindset inside. I was going on inside. I don't think people realized, but I certainly went through that, and I thought I should stop diving forever. yeah, I thought so.
But
I was
happens,
worried.
Yeah, it totally happens. Like
Yeah.
I'm not at the moment. I'm really not teaching yoga. Like I have like a one-off class once in a while, and I'm happy about it because I'm also after the injury, I started going to the gym, and I realized how important gym is for my body and my injuries and my medical history. And I couldn't do that when I was teaching 5 to 8 classes because how much energy do you have? you know? And now that I'm in the gym and I do my strength training and I'm feeling like my back is recovering so much. Like I'm literally going for myself.
Yeah.
The passion part again.
Yeah.
Into yoga again, but for myself. And I don't have pain because now I have that other side of moving my body in a different way that is really stabilizing me. So I can see how at some point you almost feel like you want to stop, or you even have to stop for like, even if it's a short period of time, but to step back and reevaluate and say, what am I doing? What do I want to do? It's like, do I want to keep doing this? Do I set boundaries? And in what way can I protect myself and protect this like aspect of passion?
Exactly, and make it doable long term. This is something I like. Am I reminiscing the past and only remembering the good things? Because like the human mindset tends to do that. They tend to we try to remember the good part and the positive things, and so we try to stop trauma. So we do that. So, but no, I am so glad that I had a chance of pausing for a couple of months and saying, okay, I need to refine my joy, and I did in a whole new level. And I'm so thankful. I'm sitting here saying I love diving again. It's like I thought we broke up forever. Like we're done, divorce, done, finished.
Toxic.
Yeah, toxic ex-boyfriend.
Toxic.
Never red flag.
Red flag diving.
Only diving flags. No, I'm really happy I found a way, and I'm still finding it a way. It's not perfect yet. I've still not finessed it, but really happy with how it's going, and that I'm able to find also time to dive for myself and dive with friends. That's a thing apparently also.
That's something you can
time
do,
free. Yeah, it's nice. It's really special.
So usually when you went diving, it was more like the science, not for your own leisure.
Yeah, 100%. And if it was for if I had time off, it'd always be like training, another course, another way of adding to my professional resume, but also my skill set and becoming better for my students, my divers, and for myself. But eventually, that was my end goal, doing it for other people. And then I had to reshift my priorities and understand that that's not why I dive, that's not why I teach. Of course, I do it for the people, but if I am not having the right objective in my head or the right direction, then it's all wrong. And it's not long lasting, it's not sustainable either.
No, it's not sustainable, obviously. So now that you're an owner of a dive school, how do you manage boundaries and passion?
It's really hard. It's my business, it's my baby. It's hard. I have to say that the personal and professional life, they merge too much, and I find myself sometimes at 11 p.m. okay, I need to answer this email, I will do it now. Or waking up really early to catch up with that and the admin, but I am trying to not merge it, rather draw lines. Sometimes just put the phone in, not disturb, finished, done for the day, now time to be on my phone and time to just be with my dog, for example. But it's really beautiful because I have the power to shift it around so it works for everyone. So I think it's beautiful. I'm still finding how to do it.
Yeah, it's amazing. Since I have my coaching business as well, I realized how much more work it actually is than a normal 9 to 5.
Yeah.
I wake up and I think about what I can share today. I need to make reels, I need to make posts, I need to plan, then I have sessions, then I need to do marketing, then I need to speak to my accountant.
You're right.
Like you're like everything. Like you are all the departments.
Yeah.
And I'm just like I just want to be the coach. But I have to do all the other things as well.
And if one department is slacking, you cannot be like, oi, no, like, it's like,
Everything.
oi, like you have to
Yeah,
get it
because
done.
you're all the people. You're
Yeah.
literally like, hey, you need to marketing. You need to step up. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go to the
painful
mirror
sometimes.
and be like, you do it. Like, no.
I know. I totally feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think being like self-employed or the owner of your own business, it's so beautiful, but it's so demanding. And I think people don't realize that. Like I have
Yeah.
people telling me, oh, I'm so envious of your life. You know, you can go into your pool during the day and then you're always doing yoga and you're always eating and cooking and walking and gym. I'm like, yeah, I do
Yeah.
all of that, and I also do marketing, finances, and writing. And I'm like, sometimes I'm literally like I have to calm myself down physically even, you know. I read
Yes.
about this technique in the evening before you go to sleep. Animals do it apparently. You know, you have a dog, so you might know this. They shake their limbs sort of
Yeah.
after like a stressful experience. So now when I'm in bed and I'm lying there and I'm sort of restless, I start shaking out my legs.
Nice.
And it really helps.
Wow.
But you see, like I have to use these tools for myself because sometimes it's just such a packed day. It doesn't feel packed because sometimes it's literally me lying in bed but doing all these things.
Yes, but how nice to find the tools to be able to incorporate it into your daily life, but also not be affected by the outside. Of course, social media, like I try to be as honest as possible on social media, but I don't put all of the, I don't put everything on there. I don't put myself sweating like big buckets, like whoa, carrying everything to the truck, driving in the Maltese roads, and you know, being like, wow, why? Or all of the struggles of course, accounting, which is something I found I didn't enjoy at all. But I need to find ways of actually doing it efficiently, so it's fine. Learning and so many more things. But we wouldn't have it anyway. But of course, passion and job and joining the bond, it's really dangerous, but it's super recommended. Like, do it, be us, be like us. It's
Like us.
fun.
I love
It's so
it.
fun. No, but it's also, it's a privilege to be able to find the way, your way, and be able to try to materialize it and project that. And it takes a lot of creativity also, I think, with yoga, with like that, and the way also you market it, and every day you wake up and you're like, oh, I have this cool idea, maybe people want to talk about it or like learn about it, and it's beautiful.
Exactly. I feel I'm like I have to be creative all the time, and that influences also how I'm creative in daily life. For example, like I guess like my cooking got more creative because I'm just like how I can do this, you know, and like everything became more creative. I'm constantly like I'm like an idea machine. You know?
I love that.
I'm constantly like ding ding ding. You
I
know?
love
Or
that.
how I can optimize processes. You know, like
Yes.
this efficiency ideas and all that
Yes.
kind of stuff. So yeah, totally.
But also, I don't know if you feel like this, I find that it can be a bit isolated. I've worked in big teams and I found that, of course, you always have like dynamics and you can also like be really, really close or not get on and, and it's really fun. But also, in the end, like now being self-employed, you're all the time like spending time by yourself, planning on, you rely on yourself. So yes, you have the customers and you have those like beautiful interactions, but it's a bit lonely in a way.
It's very true. It is a little bit isolating in the sense that you don't have like you have a work environment, but because you are responsible for everything else, sometimes you also don't have the energy then to go out and to meet people like after all these hours you put in, because let's face it, I wake up naturally at like 6:30. I start thinking instantly. As soon as I wake up, the machine goes on. You know, the
Nice.
idea machine. I'm like, And
I love this.
It literally stops when I'm falling asleep.
Wait, it's never ended.
It's never ending.
Yes.
It's like a 12 to 14-hour day.
Yeah, it
And
literally
people
is.
don't realize that because they don't see the behind the scenes. They see like They see the reel, they see the post, they see the dish I made, they see like me walking and gymming and whatever. But all this thinking, like this mental load, and the emails I'm sending, and the trust, because a lot of the programs I design, I don't even end up launching or even putting out there because I'm still tweaking them. So there's so much tweaking behind the scenes. That it's crazy.
But it's so true. It's literally like when the moment you open your eyes to the moment you like go to sleep, even in your dreams sometimes. Like, stop it, go away, stop haunting me. I have to do this task. I know. I will get it done.
Oh my god, it's so true.
Right.
I sometimes dream of the things I have to do, and like even making reels and stuff. It's almost like a nightmare.
Right. You're like, okay, I will get it done. I'm sorry. I do like postcard in my dream. I'll mix myself with you. It's
I
bad.
love it.
It's bad.
True. But yeah, it's a passion project. It's really a passion project, and you take it because you're like, yeah, this is who I am, and this is what I want to do.
Yes, exactly.
And that kind of makes it worth it in a way.
Yes.
Like yes, you need to find your own way of setting the boundaries for yourself so you don't burn out. I think it's super important. But also, it almost doesn't feel like work all the time because it's something you enjoy, like doing research or like studying something else. Like I do these courses sometimes. Like you do many courses. Like I did this plant-based, like what was it called? Plant-based nutrition in clinical practice.
Oh wow!
It's like a medical course almost. Like how eating affects our systems and the different diseases and everything. I just love knowledge as well. And like there's so much knowledge involved in what you're doing and in what I'm doing that like there's an endless amount of learning.
Yes, yes. And it keeps getting updated and you have to keep up with it, of course. And that's also something really beautiful that you can keep learning and upping it, right? And learning different disciplines maybe or to add to the game. And it's beautiful, but yeah, it's 24/7, so that personal, professional life, it fuses together, which is like, no, keep separate, keep them separate,
Very true, I totally understand that. I think we are reaching our time frame, so I just want to ask you a last, not question, but if you want to tell our listeners anything they should know about diving or being a woman in the diving industry, or even being a business owner as a woman or a business owner in the diving industry. So, let's get ready.
You have an hour now.
We have another hour.
Okay, perfect. So, I would say just do it. You can do it. If you think you can do it. And it's so fun. And like anything, of course, you have to put the time and you have to be patient. You have to be graceful about it and understand that it's the first time maybe you're doing it, and so it will take time. But it's like driving a car. It will set in and you will be able to sometimes enjoy a little bit the scenery. But most sometimes, no. A little bit more than driving a car, a little bit easier, I think. In my opinion, for me, I hate driving. And of course, if you have passion and you have the idea, do it, because you won't regret doing it. You will regret maybe not doing it or trying. And of course, there's women in diving. We exist. We're here.
She's here.
I'm here. I'm here. And it's the most beautiful thing to be able to enjoy nature and the earth, what it's got to offer us, and also take care of it. Of course, like if you see the trash, pick it up and you try to do your bit as much as possible. And the connection with nature, but also other women and people in general, it's just magical as a community. So it's beautiful. It's like people who think alike and they join together and they do what they like also and enjoy nature. So do it.
I love the community aspect of it as well. It's the same with yoga or even coaching if you do workshops or whatever. I think the community aspect is something so important. Like we have so little of it nowadays. Like it's either parties or whatever, but this is like pure community. It's like based on passion, it's based on nature. Amazing. I love it.
Be an explorer, explore the ocean, and do it, and do it also for who you were when you were little. Make your child like that you were proud, and try it out. And yes, it's beautiful. So business-wise, very recommended. Very difficult, but really, really recommended.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, May.
So I just want to say thank you, as usual, to our videographer Sulita, who's busy on this camera over here. And we're here today in beautiful Slima, and it was actually really beautiful with the sea. Amazing fit to our topic today. Thank you for listening and tuning in. Please follow, like, share on Instagram as usual. And if you want to get in touch with Nadine, you obviously can as well. Lights out!
Damn!
Wow, it was perfectly
Yeah.
timed.
Oh wow.
Lights out!
Done!